Think about the last time someone broke you down piece by piece and then smiled, claiming they were doing you a favor. Of all the weapons in the dark psychology arsenal, none is more sophisticated or more devastating than the weaponization of empathy. It usually arrives wrapped in a soft voice. It wears the mask of a friend, a partner, or a parent. And it begins with 8 words that disarm your logical defenses instantly. I am only telling you this for your own good. When you hear this phrase, your instinct is to brace yourself. Your stomach drops. Your intuition screams that an attack is coming. Yet, your social conditioning forces you to stand still, lower your shield, and accept the strike. Why? Because the person delivering the blow has claimed the moral high ground. They have appointed themselves as your savior. But what if I told you that their primary goal isn't your improvement? What if the good they are referring to has absolutely nothing to do with you? Welcome to the Phrase Decoder. Today, we step into the shadows to decode the cruelest mask of human behavior. We are going to dismantle the hidden pleasure behind constructive criticism and teach you how to neutralize the predators who hide behind the illusion of care. To understand why this phrase is so toxic, we must look at the structure it creates the moment it is spoken. When someone says, "I'm telling you this for your own good," they immediately create an asymmetry of power. They elevate themselves to the position of the wise, objective judge, and by default, they reduce you to the position of the flawed, ignorant defendant who cannot see their own mistakes. They are not offering advice. They are establishing a hierarchy. Notice the brilliance of the trap. If they simply insulted you, you could fight back. You could defend yourself. You could walk away. But by adding, "for your own good," they trap you in a psychological paradox. If you get angry, you prove their point. You are too sensitive or unable to handle the truth. If you defend yourself, you are ungrateful for their guidance. They have placed you in a maze where every exit is blocked by your own guilt. They strip away your right to be hurt, demanding that you thank them for the pain they are inflicting. This is not communication. This is a hostage situation disguised as a life lesson. Pay close attention to the timing of their strike. A true manipulator rarely delivers this phrase when you are already down and asking for help. The true predator strikes when you are experiencing a moment of genuine joy, pride, or accomplishment. Imagine you just achieved something important. You are glowing with confidence. Suddenly they step in. They use this phrase to drop a heavy anchor on your celebration. They point out a microscopic flaw. They remind you of a past failure. They do this because your rising confidence is a threat to their control. They must bring you back down to eye level, and they use care as the gravity to do it. But we must look even deeper. If their goal is truly to help you, why does their delivery feel so cold? Why does it usually happen in front of an audience? This is the darkest secret of human behavior, a truth most people refuse to accept. There is a specific type of psychological profile that extracts a deep hidden thrill from shrinking the people around them. They feed on your insecurity. But society does not allow us to simply hurt others for fun. We need an alibi. We need an excuse. The truth and your well-being are the perfect alibis. When they point out your flaws, dissect your failures, or tear down your dreams for your own good, they are experiencing a silent, perverse joy. They are consuming your confidence to feed their own fragile ego. They are not acting out of love. They are acting out of an appetite for control. Think of it as a psychological Trojan horse. They wrap their hostility in the wooden shell of good intentions so you will willingly pull it inside your mental walls. Once inside, The hostility unpacks itself and begins to destroy your self-esteem from within. They use the concept of what is right as a knife. The cruelty is not an accident of their brutal honesty. The cruelty is the point. The honesty is just the permission slip they wrote for themselves to enjoy the act of breaking you down. The damage caused by this phrase goes far beyond the insult itself. Over time, being subjected to this type of manipulation erodes the most valuable asset you have, your internal compass. When someone constantly frames their attacks as care, your brain becomes confused. You start associating love with pain. You start believing that whoever loves you the most is the one who criticizes you the harshest. You begin to view yourself through their unforgiving lens. You hesitate before speaking. You doubt your own achievements. The external manipulator has successfully installed a copy of themselves inside your own mind. You begin to ignore your gut feeling. Your intuition tells you that you are being abused, but your logical mind, manipulated by their words, tells you that you are just being helped. This is the ultimate victory for the manipulator. They don't just control your behavior. They control your perception of reality. They make you the agent of your own destruction. You become a prisoner who polices their own cell, constantly searching for your own flaws before the caring judge can point them out. So, how do you defeat an enemy who claims to be your savior? How do you break a trap that is locked from the inside? You stop reacting to the words, and you start observing the mechanics. The next time someone uses this phrase, do not defend yourself. Do not explain. Do not get angry. Silence is your first shield. Let their words hang in the air. When you remain silent, you refuse to give them the reaction they are feeding on. You starve the parasite, then strip them of the moral high ground. You realize that true care does not require a disclaimer. True support empowers you. It does not diminish you. True guidance leaves you feeling stronger, not smaller. If it feels like an attack, it is an attack. Your intuition does not need a logical argument to be right. You must mentally separate their intention from their action. You must look at them and silently decode the truth. You are not doing this for my good. You are doing this for your own comfort, for your own power, and for your own pleasure. Once you see the pleasure behind the mask loses its power. You are not required to be a canvas for someone else's cruelty, no matter what beautiful frame they put around it. If this decoding resonated with the silent battles you fight every day, subscribe to the Phrase Decoder. Hit the like button to signal the algorithm that you are taking your mind back. Stop carrying weight that isn't yours. See clearly. Live quietly. We will decode the next trap soon.